Hi guys, welcome to a brand new episode of PSLE Maths Secrets Review. So today's question is on ratio and it's something that is very easy, and if you want to know how to solve this quickly, stay with me all the way till the end because the answers will be revealed only at the end. Okay, so without further ado, let's dive straight into it. Alan, Brian, Carl and Dan shared a box of game cards. And I understand that the number of game cards Alan has to the total number for Brian, Carl and Dan is 1 to 5. And they also say that the ratio of the number of game cards Brian has to the total number for Alan, Carl and Dan is 5 to 7. So the question is asking us to find the ratio of Alan to Brian. So if you do not know what kind of question type this is actually none other than total unchanged. Okay, this is total unchanged. And you actually realize that in both cases, in both scenarios, there are 4 characters and they are A, B, C, D, Alan, Brian, Carl and Dan. Okay, so I will solve this question by drawing out my ratio table. So I have A for Alan, followed by B plus C plus D. And of course I have my T4, as in I have my total. So in the first scenario, in the first case, it is Alan 1 unit, B, C and D 5 units, and they have a total of 6 units. Okay, the next thing that actually happens will be Brian, B, as compared to A plus C plus D, leading us to a total, and that will be 5 units, 7 units, and adds up to 12. So in this particular case, I realized that all I need to do is to make the total the same. Okay, so I actually circle the total to remind myself that I must make the total units the same. And in this particular case, the LCM, the lowest common multiple of 6 and 12 is actually 12. So all I need to do for the table that is in blue is to turn it from 6 to 12. And to achieve that, I will just multiply by 2 by finding the equivalent ratio, okay, of A compared to B plus C plus D, and also to the total. And from there, I will obtain 2 units for Alan, 10 units for B plus C plus D, and finally I have 12 units. So for questions like this, it is highly recommended, okay, highly recommended that we need another table to list out all the 4 characters individually. So I'll have A, so now I'm writing down the next table in green. So I have A, followed by B, C, and D, and last but not least, I have my total. So my A has got to be 2 units, B 5 units, C and D we actually do not know. Okay, we actually do not know. It's not given to us. But what we do know is that C and D, if I were to combine them, it has got to be 5 units. Okay, it's got to be 5 units. So let me just make some amendments, some adjustments to fit in my C and D. Okay, so that's the wonderful thing about having this special board. I can make changes very easily. So C and D has got to be 5 units. Because earlier on in the earlier table, the one in blue, our B plus C plus D is actually 10 units. And if I were to subtract away 5 units, I will have 5 units. Or another way is that if I look at the table that's in red, A plus C plus D is 7 units. And if I were to subtract away 2 units, I'll be left with 5 units as well. So my total will be 12 units. And the question is asking us about Alan to Brian. Okay, Alan to Brian. And from the table that I use green to illustrate, A to B has got to be 2, 2, 5. Okay, 2, 2, 5. Now, question. They're asking us that Alan has 30 game cards. Okay, he has 30 game cards. And they're saying how many more game cards must he buy so that he has twice as many game cards as Brian. Okay, so there's a little bit of a trick to the question for part B. What does it mean by twice as many as Brian? Because currently, if I'm not wrong, the number of units for Brian is none other than 5 units. Okay, so having twice of Brian, that must be 5 units times 2, and that will lead us to 10 units. Okay, 10 units. And as of now, Alan has 30 game cards. Okay, 30 game cards. So Alan's number of units right now is just 2 units. And they're asking us how many more game cards must he buy so that he will have double, he will have twice as many as Brian. So in order for Alan to have 10 units eventually, from the starting point of 2 units, the increase for Alan has got to be 10 units minus away 2 units, which will lead us to 8 units. Okay, 8 units. And from what I gather, Alan currently has 2 units, and his 2 units is the same as 30 game cards. So from there, I know that 1 unit has got to be 30 divided by 2. And that is actually 15. Okay, 15. It's very simple. Okay, just hold on. Let me just write it properly. So 30 divided by 2 is 15. And last but not least, how many more must Alan buy? So Alan needs to buy 8 units more game cards. And that will be 15 times 8. And if I key in this number, this equation, into my trusty calculator, I'll have 120 as my answer. So part A is 2 to 5. Part B, it will just be 120. So do y'all agree with me that this is a very simple kind of ratio question? So guys, if you enjoyed this video or you've got anything out of it whatsoever, please hit the thumbs up, hit the like button. Also comment below. Let us know where you guys are tuning in from. That's always nice to know. And finally, if you are new to this channel and you haven't already, remember, hit the subscribe, hit the notifications button. That's a little bell sign, by the way, because this year we are dedicated to making weekly videos to hold you accountable and to make this your best year in mathematics. But for now, this is Teacher Ray signing off. Bye bye!